Just stay still for me, and I'm going to hydrate your crust. Just a little bit. Okay, and great. And just a little bit more. Okay. There and there. Hello, welcome to the Gingerbread Salon. My name is Basil. How can I help you today? You're here for sort of like some zhuzhing, some makeup, maybe even deal with your sort of hair situation. Okay, absolutely. We can totally do that for you. Do you have an appointment by chance? Okay, let me check. Okay, so then over here. What did you say your name was? Okay. Was it 2 o'clock? No. Okay. Ah, there, I see you. Okay. Alright, so you said you have, when you booked the appointment, you said you had a Christmas party. Okay, yeah. Well, we can totally help you with that. So, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions very quick. So in terms of this Christmas party, what kind of Christmas party are we talking about? Because depending on the Christmas party, like if it's a work Christmas party, then we can do something a bit more formal. You know, gingerbread people tend to have, different colors and different ways that they apply the icing to themselves. So, what do you think? Okay, so it's not really, it's a friend's. Oh, but the friend is a coworker. Okay, so this is sort of like a half semi formal event. Okay, and do you know how long you're going to be at the event? Like, do you need it to be pretty set, or is it okay if, like, if you're only going to be there for a little bit, we don't have to worry about like sprinkles falling off or like candy buttons, like how long those last on you. Like that's going to be a bit difficult to keep them on for a very long time if you plan on being at the event for more than like 4 hours or so. Okay, you don't plan on staying there for very long. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. So that's really all the questions we needed to ask. It's nothing too much. Are you okay if I handle you? Okay, yeah, perfect. So, okay, so as you can see, like I myself am not a gingerbread person, but we can totally. I have been trained for this, so you don't have to worry. I did have a question though, because we're trained and specifically taught to say gingerbread person. However, like, is there, like, do you have a preference as to like what gingerbread woman, gingerbread man, gingerbread, like, gingerbread person, just like a, remove gender from the whole thing? Okay, yeah, I can totally do that. So I'll just stick to gingerbread person. Okay, well, we are one of the few gingerbread salons. I'm sure you probably know that, but this is something we sort of have to talk about a little bit. So we ended up, we started the shop like not too long ago because we saw sort of like a niche in the market that needed to be filled. A lot of our founders are gingerbread people themselves, and they struggle to find salons that really knew how to handle their type of needs. So they started one in this area, and everything is sort of tailored to that. So what we're going to start with is, in most places, is actually, I should probably ask, like, is this your first time at like a gingerbread salon? It is. Okay, well, fantastic. I mean, we can totally, I'll take you through the whole thing. So normally you have like a sort of like an apron situation, right? Like a bib that salons tend to put on just to like catch whatever hair or like makeup fall off, right? Like, you know, when you put like eyeshadow and stuff, there's a lot of fall off that gets on the skin and then goes down. That we don't do that per se. We end up doing something with aluminum foil, and that is tends to make gingerbread people a lot more relaxed, a lot more happy. You know, it's you know, you're sort of birthed from a baking sheet, and so it there's a lot of solid, pleasant memories for gingerbread people. So I'm gonna just start with that. Just gonna bring this aluminum foil bib. Actually, I need to adjust it to your size. Because I think you have a fairly thin neck, so I just need to get it smaller here. Okay, yeah. So just stay still while I put this on. Okay, and perfect. So from there, how is it? How is it feeling? Good? Do you feel okay? All right, great. So from here, I'm just going to take a look at your crust, see what kind of crust we're working with, right? If I'm going to do your makeup for this work event or semi-work event, I need to make sure I know what we're dealing with because we have different products, different icings that will work for different types of crusts, you know? So I'm just going to get a little bit close if you don't mind. Okay, yeah, you're okay with that? Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit close. And I'm just going to, okay, let me just do that. So if I just look over here, I can see, okay, so you have fairly good, like solid, moist crust. However, there are a few underbaked spots, like right there. Like right there, that's okay. And, yeah, your creator didn't really take you out, like they didn't flip you in the oven, they didn't turn you around, and so it's a little bit like the bottom part is a little bit burnt, but then the top part is a little bit underbaked. But you know, okay, yeah, you know, okay, let me just, thank you, yeah, no, it's no need to worry. I mean, like we, you know, every person, gingerbread person or not, has different peculiarities, and we're equipped to deal with every single one. Okay, so it is not a problem. And even like gingerbread models, they end up having probably some of the worst crusts imaginable. You would not think some of the gingerbread models, like the one from Shrek, oh, that probably some of the worst crust that I've ever seen. And they could make it work, so we can make this work, okay? So we're gonna start with icing. It's sort of the bread and butter of the makeup and like hair treatment for a gingerbread person. So what were you thinking necessarily? Like, I can start with just giving you some little buttons, or I could work on the eyes. I could also do hair with icing. So, which would you like to start with first? Okay, you want to get the hair out of the way first? Okay, yeah, we can totally do that. So, just gonna get my little thing here. And so, I'm gonna need you to stay pretty still. I'm gonna freestyle a hairstyle for you. I think that will work best with your features and your crust. So if you stay still, I'm just gonna, okay, and then just, okay, and okay, all right, then over here, just, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, see, curls are all the rage these days, so I'm trying to give you some nice curls here. We're going a bit short, you know, sort of like a curly girl pixie cut, you know. I think that would work really good. So here, just that's a little bit of icing fell. That's okay. That's what the aluminum foil's for. So just stay still. Okay. Okay. So are you excited about your this party? Genuinely sounds wonderful. I wish I could go to parties like that, but I'm working all throughout Christmas. We only get Christmas Day off here. Yeah, apparently it's a really busy season, particularly for, you know, gingerbread people. Yeah, I mean, you would know, right? How many parties do you have that you're going to anyway? I'm sure we'll see you again here. Okay. So just a little bit more. So I'm adding all of these curls. I'm trying to add dimension, you know? So I'm trying to like build it up so it comes out a bit, you know? So just a little bit like that, yeah. Just need to squeeze a bit more out. I'm running out. Okay, yeah. There we go. And then just a bit more. I think we're getting, okay, great. Perfect. So we've got hair down. That looks pretty good. So from here, just did your hair, and then I'm going to then move on. I find with a lot of my clients, they don't like it when I just do the icing all around. You know, they kind of want the icing to set before I add more icing somewhere else. So we're going to move on to just seasoning. And what that is, it's like, for a lot of places, they'd call it like skincare, but for you, it would be sort of like re-moistening the crust. Okay, and it's sort of like you're re-moistening it. You're adding a little bit of sugar, and sugar is great, particularly for crust like yourself. It will really help with sort of the burnt bits that are towards the bottom of your face, while also sort of when it dries, it will create sort of a nice layer, like sort of crystalline layer. You know how like sweets and like sugar tends to crystalline? It'll create sort of like a protective layer for the underbaked part, so that if anyone bumps into you, gives you a little bit of a tap or anything like that, or if you find someone to like, you know, enjoy the night with or whatever, you know, just whatever you fancy, it will be it's a very protective. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this, which is, of course, a wonderful solution that we do sell at our store. So I believe it's like purified sugar something. I can never remember. It's also because I don't end up using the product. It's really not for me, but it's definitely something that I can. Okay, so just stay still for me, and I'm going to hydrate your crust. Just a little bit. Okay, and okay, great. And just a little bit more. Okay. There and there. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna need to put a bit more in the bottom there. Like I can kind of see it's getting absorbed like immediately, and it's not like it needs a little bit of help. So just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, just okay, great, perfect. looks pretty good. Yeah, how does it feel? Oh, it feels great. Okay, good. Yeah. So I'm gonna I'll set this aside for you. There's only a little bit left of it anyway, and I'm gonna have to get more. So this is on the house. It's on me. So don't worry about it. I'll just set it aside for you. Okay, and so from here, what we can do is go back to the icing, or we could work on a little bit of coloring. So we can add blush. Blush is generally a lot more pigmented when it comes to gingerbread men. Or, sorry, excuse me, gingerbread people. So, with gingerbread people, you can put like a nice sort of solid block of red on either side. It'll be really bright, sort of like a Kirby. Or we could do something like a little bit more muted, a little bit like more, what's the word? I don't know why I'm blanking on this. Faded. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like sort of like a faded, brushed out effect. Which would you really prefer? You can't decide either? Okay, how about this? How about I do a really bright red here on this side? But then I do a like more faded look on this side. If you end up liking the really bright red, then I can just add that to the other side. But if you like the more faded look, then I can just go in like right over here and just blend it out. You know, blending is a wonderful technique, and it can fix almost anything. So, how does that sound? That sounds good. Okay, yeah, I'm excited about that. So, if I just grab, so this will be for the bright, and then I'll use this, of course. Unfortunately, we don't end up selling the makeup that we end up using in this store. They end up not. I think the owners are a little bit more proprietary. I think that's the right word with their products. Like they don't want people to know what we use. So, excuse me if I have to not be able to give you all the deeds. I can't pull off that word, can I? Deeds? What year is it anyway? Alright, so I'm just going to put a little bit on this brush. Great. And this is bright red, as you know, so just stay still, and I'm just going to... Okay. Yeah. See, I'm just trying to, paint it. Put it on in, a nice, soft, but bright, and so we want it to have a nice outline, which is why I'm not tapping and really if I were doing really big strokes, it's going to fade. So I'm just trying to do slight and slow. Okay, and you let me know, if I'm being too light, if I'm being too heavy-handed. Please let me know, because that is very important. I never want to make any of my clients uncomfortable. So just, okay. Yeah. Gosh. It's so wonderful seeing the type of gingerbread people that I get to meet here. I mean, it's been a wonderful experience working here. And it's really broadened my horizons. Yeah, I come from a small town. It's mostly just humans there. And I know that gingerbread people, I knew of gingerbread people, but I never really met them. And I'm sorry to say, it's just, I don't know, it's just part of how I grew up, but we ate gingerbread people every year. It's insanity. I know, but I have grown, I've learned, and I've grown, and that's just something that we if more people were just open-minded, we would be able to, like, they would be able to recognize that that is just like a really messed up thing to do. So, just, yeah. Okay. 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 So, for the second, for over here, I'm going to end up using a more, like a bigger brush. I think that will work better to give us the more like diffuse, faded look on that side. And then we'll give you a mirror and you'll be able to tell me, okay? Okay. Okay, so from here, just nice circular motions. I'm both applying it and blending it at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. But it was difficult, sort of being a gingerbread person, particularly in this country. Anyway, I really hope you're having a good time. Okay, just a bit more here. Yeah, we really want to fade it out, you know. Okay. 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 Good. Yeah, you've been a wonderful client. You really have not been complaining, or because some gingerbread people, well, actually people in general, because I don't just work on gingerbread people, but a lot of people end up having, they have like sort of like touch sensitivity or a little bit of like, they get like ticklish when I start doing their makeup for a while. But you're really not having that problem. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here, you can go from here and just see what it looks like. So this is what this side looks like. This is what that side looks like. So which side do you like better? Okay, you like the sort of more bright side? You think it's like more of like a classic gingerbread person look? Totally makes sense. So I'll just bring this back and I'll do it on that side. Then we'll be done with that and we'll be able to move on to some of to doing more, finishing up the rest of your stuff. So just slight, just getting that in. You know, when I first started working here, I thought, oh, gingerbread people starting their own business. I mean, they're gonna be great. I mean, like, if you don't mind me just sort of, you know, talk and shop with you, I just sort of noticed how, like, you know, I thought that because it was gingerbread people that were working here, and like who have founded the place, that they would like pay their workers fairly and I don't know, do like give us some, I don't know, paid sick days, but they're just as capitalist as like everybody else. It was kind of shocking. You know, you can't judge a person by their, or I guess you can't judge if someone is like a capitalist overlord that wants to like become the next Elon Musk, until you meet them, you know? So, of course, you know, it's like you're not gonna be, you know, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. All good. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go back to the icing. I bet you forgot about that. So we're going to have to do icing for the lips. We can do nice classic red lip. And from there, we can then match the red lip with what you're gonna wear in terms of your buttons, right? So you'd have like a nice little red icing button right here, and then another one right there, like down here, and then just like go all the way down. Or we could do something different, right? We could do like a green icing or even like a blue icing. Oh my god. Yeah, I would not recommend yellow icing. I feel like yellow icing looks really strange. And I've found a lot of gingerbread people when I do, when they ask me to do yellow icing, they end up not liking it, and we end up having to like wipe it away and try again. So of those options, like what were you thinking? Okay, no. So we'll just go with classic. Okay, so let's move back and then just, yeah. There we go. And then just there. Okay. Puck your lips a little. Do like a, yeah, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So now we've got those lips. We do offer different kinds of buttons. You know, like we got like little gumdrop buttons. We have like chocolate buttons that we can put on. Or is that something that you're interested in, or would that be something that you don't generally get your clothes from sort of salons, but it is something that we do offer. Okay, yeah, you already have your outfit planned out. Yeah, totally understand. Well, if that's the case, then we're all good to go. Okay, yeah, well, I hope you really enjoyed your time here, and if you can tell the receptionist, that Basil worked on you, and they'll be able to give you like the nice discount, and you'll be able to get this on the house. I did not forget about that. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, all right, bye bye.